Hello, commercial piano class. Welcome to the week 8 video. This is about midterms, so hopefully you're all starting to see the downhill slope to the end of the semester, and you're feeling like you're getting some things accomplished and taking care of yourselves and your family and everything throughout all this process. This video, we're starting a new section. It's going to be building on the blues stuff that we've already done, but we're going to be, I'll be introducing in this video ninth chords, so extended harmonies, and playing voicings that have the 3, 5, 7, 9 in them without the root on the bottom, kind of building on the guide tones that we did in the last section. And I'm also going to be introducing one of the most iconic jazz cadences, the 2-5-1 chord progression. And we'll be combining that all into the jazz blues in the key of F. We'll eventually get to that, which includes some different chord changes that we're going to be adding in, like the 2-5-1 chord progression. So, to get started, take a look at the PDF document in your folder labeled Ninth Chords 2-5-1, and take a look at number 1 here. So number 1, you can see the structure of these ninth chords, and the treble clef hand is your right hand playing the chord, and the bass clef hand is your left hand playing the root. And so we're dealing with two different structures that you'll notice the bottom notes are the same as the guide tone voicings that we use, either the third on the bottom or the seventh on the bottom. I'm showing you here a C dominant chord, just like in the C blues. There's the C dominant chord, 3, 5, 7, 9 is the first one. The second one is 7, 9, 3, 5.
So here's your 3, 5, 7, 9 voicing for C9. Notice I'm actually doing both hands down an octave, just because this is the good range for this, as opposed to where I wrote it. I just write it here for simplicity. I assume that you'll be able to move an octave just to, without a problem. Now the next voicing I'll play exactly where it's written. This is 7, 9, 3, 5, second measure of number 1 here. The only reason I'm doing it here rather than down an octave is that when you go down an octave, it sounds pretty muddy. You're getting to this register where the bottom note is going to sound like the bass note just because of the range. So I want to keep it up higher. So let me show you, take a look at number 2 here on this PDF. This is the C blues like you already did with the guide tones, with the 3rd and 7th. If you remember this. So now I'm going to play voicings that are 3, 5, 7, 9, like for C9, that have that 3rd and 7th in them. And then I get to the F9, 7th and 3rd. This is the 7, 9, 3, 5 voicing, back to C9. Then G9, 7, 9, 3, 5, F9, 7, 9, 3, 5, back to C9. So let's do that. I'll do that for you all the way in context. This is just kind of using what you've already worked on, the C blues, and adding this new thing to it. We're actually going to do blues in a different key and work on something else, so you don't need to practice this too much, but just kind of see how what you've worked on before has become this. So check it out. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, so these are the kinds of voicings that we're going to be using for the rest of the semester and also next semester. And we're going to apply those to the 2-5-1 chord progressions that you'll see on page 2 of this PDF. So check that out. I've written out 2-5-1 in C major. So first thing to talk about, the 2-5-1 refers to the Roman numerals. Roman numeral 2, the second scale degree, would be D minor. D minor is tonal in the key of C major. That's the normal 2 chord that you'll have in the key of C major. 5 chord is G7. The 1 chord is C major. So I've written those as D minor 9, G9, C major 9. But it really means the same thing to a jazz musician if it were to say D minor 7, G7, C major 7. In fact, I kind of use those interchangeably, so I'm going to go back and forth between them. And a lot of the things you see just to kind of get you used to these sort of inconsistencies with jazz chord symbols. And that's just the way it is because it's not something that someone wrote a textbook about. It's just something that people have done in practice over many, many years. And so it's sort of turned into this method. So we have our 2-5-1. And all the voicings you see here on page 2, number 3 here, both of these lines are either 3-5-7-9 or 7-9-3-5. I've written the 2 options you have. So you can check out there, the D minor 9 on the top line is 3-5-7-9. On the second line, it's 7-9-3-5. It's just flipped. And likewise, every other chord is, those are the 2 different options. So you're always going to go from a 3-5-7-9 voicing to a 7-9-3-5. And the reason that happens is just because of the voice leading. So if you have a D minor chord leading to a G7 chord, a 2 chord going to a 5 chord, that's when you're going to have the switch from 3-5-7-9 to 7-9-3-5. Likewise, from G9 to C major 9, it's going to flip back. You might notice, if you look at the circle of fifths below here, that the D root, the G root, and the C root are all right in order on the PDF. D minor going counterclockwise to G7, going counterclockwise to C major. So that's going through the circle of fifths, down by fifth or up by fourth. So those are the times when you're moving by fourth and fifth that you're just going to alternate back and forth between these types of chords, and that way you have good voice leading.
So our voicing will look like this. There's the top line. Notice that I'm playing down the octave, both hands. So here it is again. D minor 9, G9, C major 9. Cool, let me do that again for you. So you can even just follow the way that the notes move. So for example, D minor 9 to G9, the top 2 notes go down. Now G9 to C major 9, the bottom 2 notes go down. And I'm just using notes out of C major 7 because D minor 9 comes out of C major 7. G9 comes out of C major 7. C major 9 comes out of C major. So, it's like these chords are in this key. It's a resolution in this key, so you're using notes out of that scale. Here's the second line, different set of voicings. D minor 9, this is 7-9-3-5, G9 to C major 9. So all the notes move in the same way, it's just that the notes are in a different position in the chord. So here in this one I have D minor 9, the bottom 2 notes go down. G9, now the top 2 notes go down. C major 9. So when you go to play these voicings in a different key, so let's say for example the key of F major, which we're going to be working on the blues in F major, and it will have a 2-5-1 in F. So when you're doing that, you start by just figuring out the scale. Now these 7 different notes of F major are all the notes I'm going to use to play a 2-5-1 in F major. So the 2 chord is the second scale degree, G minor 7, G minor 9. So that's the root. So I'm either going to play a 3-5-7-9 voicing, meaning 3-5-7-9, or I'm going to play a 7-9-3-5 voicing, This is actually a better one because of the range that I'm in. So I'll start here. This is the second line, this set of voicings. G minor 9. Now the bottom two notes go down, and I'm using notes out of F major 7. This is C9. We've already played this chord. This is exactly the same chord that we started with on the first page here. Now the top two notes go down, F major. So when I do this in context, I'm going to play a 4-measure phrase just like I have indicated here. So it'll sound like this: 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And I can repeat it. So G minor 9, 3, 4, C9, 2, 3, 4, F major 9, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4. And that's it. So let's do another one, like B flat major, B as in boy flat major. So first of all, remember, start with B flat major scale. Now these are the only notes that I'm going to choose from. I'm going to play a 2, a 5, 1 chord progression. The roots 2, 5, 1. So 2 chord, 3, 5, 7, 9. That's a good range for that. 5 chord, 7, 9, 3, 5. 1 chord, 3, 5, 7, 9. So let's check it out again. I'm doing the top option there, the top line, starting with this voicing, 3, 5, 7, 9. Top two notes come down, F7, 7, 9, 3, 5. Bottom two notes go down, B flat major 7, 3, 5, 7, 9. So try that in time with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3 again. Repeat. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 again. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. So we'll do one more. This is a 2-5-1 in the key of E flat major. E as in egg, flat major. So we're going to start out with the 2 chord, which is the second scale degree of E flat major, F to B flat 7 to E flat major. That's the roots, 2, 5, 1. So we can do the top line here will look like this: 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Repeat it again. So here's our F minor 9, 3, 4, B flat 9, 2, 3, 4, E flat major 9, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Or I can do the bottom line. This key actually kind of works in the range works for both of these. So here's the bottom line. Check it out. 2, 3, 4, F minor 9, 3, 4, B flat 9, 4, E flat major 9, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Great. So don't worry too much about the ranges of these chords that I keep pointing out. It's just beyond what we need to be working on in this class to worry about what range you're playing the chords in. Most important thing is just the notes. You can always switch octaves when you need to. That shouldn't be hard because it's all the same on the keyboard. But what you do need to do is work on playing 2-5-1s in all 12 keys. We will be having a quiz over that soon, so start working on them now. Maybe like we did today, we worked on 3 of them. That's 1/4 of the keys, so you can work on 3 every day and start working on playing them in the different voicings. It's not about memorizing the notes. It's about understanding how 2-5-1s work so that you can play them in different keys with, just being able to think quickly about them and put it together. So start working on that. Next week we'll be adding some bass lines to this, but for now it's just about the chords and the bass note. This is a great foundation for you to be starting this next section. So have fun with that. Start getting these sounds in your ears and getting comfortable playing in different keys on the keyboard. And I'll See you next week.